Hi everybody, welcome to Paper Wishes Weekly Webisodes. I'm Lene Gehrig, and today from our friends at Crafter's Companion we have got these amazing deluxe craft pads. They're really all-in-one card kits. They come with beautiful papers, amazing foiled toppers, and we've got True Blue, Teddy Loves, and Forever Florals Rose deluxe craft pads. I can't wait to show you what I did with these, so come back and play with us. So you guys, this is the True Blue Deluxe Craft Pad and the slimline card that I made to go with it. So this is a 8.5 by 3.5 inch card, and I covered it with beautiful patterned cardstock and a wonderful little topper here that were all inside this kit. What I added additionally to that was a little bit of purple ribbon from our purple ribbon set. And one of these great little roses. I tucked it away here. So these little roses, these are also from Hunkydory. They're pearl roses from Diamond Sparkle. This is an assorted self-adhesive rose set. And it gives this wonderful little bit of dimension, if you can see that. It's really, really cute. You can see my topper just rises a little bit above the card, but it still does fit into the envelope. Very easy and quick to put together. Let me show you what's inside this True Blue collection. Beautiful silver foil toppers in that sort of antique blue, multiple shades of blue really. Beautiful. Look at all these individual squares. How many cards you could get from this. Love that. I love the little birds. I'm going to use that pattern on another card. And the circles. And then of course we've got the patterned cardstock that has the beautiful silver embossed butterflies on there, if you can see those. Here we go, a little bit of silver here as well, silver here. I love how they just add those little touches of it. Look at this along the top edge. This is gorgeous. And then there are just the cardstocks that don't have any of the silver on them. Also so beautiful. And then what they call insert papers, where it's just a scaled back pattern where it's not so intense, and they work very nicely to put on the insides of your cards. You can still write your messages and see your greetings. Very, very beautiful. Okay, let's take a look what we're going to do for the next card here. I should mention on this card and the card I'm going to be putting together here, I also added my own little bit of silver. I used colorful thin line dazzle stickers, and in here there's this beautiful silver finish and so many little strips of borders on here that I just went ahead and put like at the bottom edge of my card, and it matches their silver border perfectly. Just a great way to add a little bit of finish there. So I did the same on this card. So this is a 6.5 by 5 inch card. And then I went ahead and I cut off the bottom part of the card. Let me measure that. Sometimes I forget because I did this a while ago. So I cut 1.5 inches. I just left 1.5 inches at the top, all right? Then on the inside of the card, I used one of those insert papers that coordinated, and I just covered that. And then I took the matching cardstock that has those little metallic butterflies on there, and I covered that, and then I put one of those little borders on here. Okay, so then I went ahead and took another 1.5 inch wide strip of the of cardstock. I just used it from the card that I cut away, covered it with that beautiful butterfly, metallic butterfly, put one of those little thin line border dazzles at the bottom edge. It was just a really nice finished edge. Then we're going to take that, we're just going to lay that right there. And I die cut, removed this die cut topper. I just popped that out, and as you can see, it's got those little sweet little bird ornaments, which I think are adorable because they're not Christmas at all. They're just these hanging birds that are so sweet. And then I put some foam, well, there we go. I was going to put some foam tape. I decided to glue it instead. So what we're going to do is going to just place that right there once we get some glue on there, and it's going to sort of float there, connecting the card pieces together. What I like to do is just put a thin line of glue along the top and bottom edge right there. Maybe we can zoom in on this, Steve. And the reason I do that is because now I don't have to put any glue here in the middle, okay? Because I've got some right here. Sometimes I notice if I try to put glue and if I get some in the middle, then it sticks to the back of the card, right, and won't open. So now all I have to do is put glue along this edge and this edge, right? Then I'm good. And then everything is aligned here. I've got my papers all good. And then I'm just going to drop that down right there. And then I'm just going to make sure that connects. Ideally, I would let this dry for a few minutes. And I'm going to lift that up. And then you have this beautiful sort of floating right there. I love how that topper is just sort of, oh look, it's connected, but it's not. I love that. And then we've got a little happy birthday, and that's just punched right out. And I put a little foam tape on that. I can put that right there, but it would cover up that. So I'm just going to put it right there so that when you open the card, you get that really nice reading right there. How is that? I love that. Nice and simple and easy to do. All right, so that's 2 cards down. Let's move on to, this is the Forever Floral Rose collection. Oh, this is gorgeous. This reminds me of my grandma. She loved pink roses. And as we're going through this, look at this. She once told me, she was in her 90s and I was 13 years old, and everybody gave her pink rose everything. And she told me once as a secret, don't tell anybody, but roses are not my favorite flower. I said, what? And she said, yeah, but I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. And I said, well, everybody gives you rose stuff. Like for 50 years, she got rose things. And I said, what's your favorite flower? And she said, lilacs. And I never told anyone. She passed away when I was 13, so I feel like I can tell you guys that. But these are gorgeous. I think this pack would have made my grandma feel like pink roses was her favorite. Look how beautiful. These are the inserts. I love that. Beautiful. Okay, let's get onto the cards. So here is, oh, I've got stuck stuff everywhere, you guys. Here we go. So this sweet little card with an accordion that opens right out like that. And this card is so easy to put together. So I'm going to show you how easy this is. So you're going to start off with a 5 by 6.5 inch card. And then I scored just the front of the card. I don't know if we can see that right there. You're going to score just the front. And to do that, I just like to use my scoreboard from Hunkydory. So you're going to place that right there. This is going to make a popping sound. There we go. Just like that. And then the card is 5 inches wide. So we're going to go at the 2.5 inch mark. That's halfway. And we're going to score right down the center there. And that's going to give us our fold. Go. All right. And then you're going to take that and you're going to fold that back. Just like that. All right, and then what I did was I went ahead and dealt with the back of the card first. I took some of this beautiful rose paper. Let me see if I can show you this quickly. Which one I used? So many. Here we go. This one. And I just put this one, I just cut that off and I just glued that right to the inside of the card so that my bottom right corner had this beautiful decoration in it. So you can kind of see it down here, but when you open, it's just gorgeous, right? So I went ahead and covered that. And then I took pink ink pad. This is Camilla Pink. And I just used the surface of the ink pad and just went around the edges. And then I continued around the edges with that ink pad along what would be the inside of the card. Okay, and then when you shut it, you're still getting that pink edge right here. And then I just took one of the borders and I glued that right there. Then this piece right here, this gorgeous oval, there we go. So I just evacuated this, just popped that out, all right, and didn't separate those layers because, you know, there's 1, 2, 3 layers there. I kept those frames intact. Now sometimes they kind of get loose along the edges and you don't mean to have them come apart. So I foam taped it to this edge, but then this edge was starting to come apart a little bit, so I'll tell you what I did here. I just put a little bit of paper right there. It doesn't look great. I probably would have die cut an oval and put it there, but I'll tell you what, no one's gonna see that because you open it like this, all right? So I just sort of hid that, and by gluing that, it all stays together when it kind of started to separate. Then I just took a foam tape little tag there, topped that with a little pink ribbon. I found that this magenta and dark pink ribbon set went beautifully with this whole collection because it just takes that darkest pink color there and it just gives us a pop. Then I added some more of these little roses, which I think are so sweet. We've got, this has ivory and yellow, and they're also the self-adhesive right there. And then on the inside, just that one little foam taped reading there for Get Well. So that's all there is to it. It's just the easiest card, but pretty spectacular, I think, for somebody who's receiving that. All right, let's see. I've got another one here for the rose, and this one, there we go. This one right here, I started off with the cardstock that's in here. It's such a beautiful pink. Here we go. So what I did was I took this pink cardstock and I cut this portion off, okay? And then once I had that, and that is 6 inches by 8.5 inches. 6 inches here by 8.5 inches. And then in order to score that and fold that, you see I have a little pop-up going on there? This is such an easy technique to do. What you're going to do is take it and put it on your scoreboard, and then you're going to take this and you're going to score it at the 3-inch mark, okay, because this is 6 inches wide. You're going to score it right up until you get to that little leaf, all right? And then you're going to continue down on the other side of this little doily piece. You're going to go all the way down like that. All right, and then you're going to take your little craft mat, and you're going to take your X-Acto knife, which I think I've lost. Nope, here we go. This is a great retractable craft knife. Debbie and I love this because it's so easy, just like a fountain pen, to pop in and out, and you don't have this blade, open blade laying on your desk. So what I did was very carefully keep your other hand away. You do not want to have 2 fingers up there. That's how you get cut. So keep your other hand away. Okay, and you're just going to start, if you want to, put it up here. You're going to cut it around that little doily piece, around the little bud, right here. And you're just going from here to here on that fold. That's all. That's the only part you're cutting. And then you might need a little help from the back to kind of push that, and then you just pop that right up. All right, that's how easy that is to do that little cutaway. So then we're going to take this piece that I've pre-cut, and because when you open that you would have kind of a hole in your card, we're going to go ahead and take some glue and we're going to pop this right on there to cover up that hole. And then when you look at it from the back too, it's not so noticeable. Okay, and then we're going to take little piece right here, and we can put that, wishing you all the best on your special day. That. And then we've got some pieces here, and I went ahead and just glued the happy birthday right there. And then we've got some pieces here that are really beautiful. So there's some little circles. How fun is it to just kind of carry this circle theme off? And put that right there and kind of overlap that. So we're just going to do this. I like to put a couple little dots right up next to the fold. That way, once again, you don't get extra glue on there. And then I'm going to use my foam roll here. This giant roll of foam tape, you guys, is just an amazing tool to have in your craft stash. And we're going to just take this butterfly circle and just overlap that right there. And then we've got another little circle we can actually move over here and kind of bring that whole circle theme. And I've got a little bow here and that magenta ribbon. I'm just going to hold that while I consider where to put my other little circle. We're going to just put it right there. Got this overlapping. These work because they're overlapping. This works because it's overlapping. Actually, I want to put it at a little bit of an angle because that butterfly is just a little too straight for me. I like things at a little bit of an angle. There you go. Easy to do. I want to switch back to this card really quick because you know what I just found sitting on my desk was this lots of love greeting that I forgot to put on here. As I was making this card, I was like, I know I have a greeting here to put on the front. So we'll just adjust that. All right, the last one we have to make here, you guys, is for the teddy bear ones, which are so cute. Let me grab this one. Oh, the Teddy Loves. Let's take a peek in this one. Maybe we can zoom out. Well, I think we're good. And we've got beautiful little teddy bear, lots of pink, lots of blue. These are like really cute because they're a little bit more masculine teddy bears. Cards for him. I love that. Look at the soccer, cards for kids even. Look at the beautiful scenes, which I love. And then we've got, these are all like gold foil tipped, you guys. And then we get into the ones for the inserts. Beautiful. All right. So what have I got for you here? What have I got? Misplaced another card. I had this, here it is. As like I say, I had this really cute teddy bear card. All right, so this is 6.5 by 5 inches. I actually covered the back of the card with that insert paper. Okay, so that screened back look of that little teddy bear. And then I just took the little topper that matches it, but look how they're kind of facing each other, and just sort of turned it a little bit. And I took my inspiration from this little card right here on the front that the Hunkydory designers did. And theirs is more of a square shape, slightly different. Mine's a little bit more of a rectangle. Well, it definitely is a rectangle. I added a border to mine. I added a bow to mine. But you see, you can take these inspiration cards and you can just make them your own. So added a little bit of red ribbon as well. Really quick and easy card. Foam taped that little greeting. All right, for my last card, we're going to do a shaker card. So also from the Teddy Loves. So this is a 6.5 by 5 inch card. Covered the inside with that insert paper, okay? And then putting the topper part here and just trimmed that out. Let's find this one in here. Okay, I'm using this one. Oops, it's upside down. This one, but I'm using this part right here. Okay, we're going to glue that. Just need a little bit on the corners. I was teaching a craft class at my local library last night, and somebody asked me, "You don't use very much glue on your cards?" And I said, "I don't. I feel like they get handled on the corners and in the center, and that's really, especially when you're dealing with cardstock, it's really just not going to come off at all. So, you know, save your glue, and it dries quickly too." So for this one, I used the circles that are in here. Let me find them. Here we go. This little one right here. We're going to use this outer frame for the shaker card, and we're going to use this part right here and this tag. All right. So for this one, I've taken a sheet of acetate. Just cut sort of a rough circle that'll fit in the center of that. If you have a die cutting machine and you have a circle cutter, that would be great for circle dies. If not, just use something out of your kitchen. You can use a small bowl or something like that to get it to be that pattern, okay? And now we're going to take our foam tape right here. I'm going to cut off a strip of that. And I like to double layer my foam tape. I've gotten these strips, and what I do is I cut my foam tape right down the middle because this is a 1/2 inch wide foam tape, and that's just too wide. So I make those quarter strips, and they're very rough, no measuring necessary. And I'm going to take my first strip and I'm just going to put it right here in this little gap that I have. I'm going to kind of curve it a little bit around that circle, and I'm just connecting it with the other pieces I already have. And then I'm going to double layer that and take the other length, put that right on top of the first one, and I'm just trimming that right with the edge. All right, so now I've got all of my two layers all the way around. And then I'm going to use sequins, also from Hunkydory. No, sorry, these are from Crafter's Companion. Sorry, Hunkydory. And this, I always get this color confused. This is Dusky Pink. And it's really kind of a mauvey purple color. And what we're going to do is just take a pinch of this or so. Come on, package. And we're going to put that right in there. Nice hefty pinch. All right, make sure she's got a nice little ziplock right there, which is so great. And now we're going to take, I just cut another rough circle that's the same size as the acetate, which is slightly smaller than that scalloped frame. And that's that little topper, and we're going to glue the topper here. And then we're going to take this. Normally I would let my glue dry, but we're going to move on. And this is going to be right over the top of that foam tape. So really you're creating a little shaker sandwich. Like that. And then we're going to put that right there. Just want to make sure your little character is standing up straight. All right, and now we've got our little on your special day tag. I'm going to take these little pieces of foam tape I already had left over here. I'm going to put that right there. And then I'm going to add some flowers. So this is Bashful by 49 in Market, and there's 3 different sizes of flowers. So nice. I'm going to take our little flowers. I'm going to glue them just as a little added bonus here for our card, just to zhuzh it up a little bit. Like that. And we're going to just put here just a little cluster of the smaller flowers. Whoops. And I find just putting a little bit of glue, this is of course Cosmic Shimmer Specialist Acrylic Glue, putting that right there. And I like to make sure they connect. Just like that. And I like to put little groups of 3. There we go. And there's our sweet little card. And I'm going to put maybe just a little bit more flowers kind of right off this. So I feel like this is a little bit bare. Bear, teddy bear. That was a totally intentional pun. And we're going to put that right there. There we go. And we don't need those. Okay. So you guys, great money saver on this amazing collection. As you can see, super fun, lots to do with it, lots of different looks, cards for your guys, cards for your girlfriends. And they are just beautiful and fun to use. So we have a fantastic money saver. Check that out on the right-hand side if you're watching us on our Paper Wishes webisode page. All of the items are individually down below the video. And if you're watching us on YouTube, first subscribe, because we do 3 to 5, 4 to 5 of these videos a week. We don't want you to miss anything. And look at the link below the video and it'll take you to this Paper Wishes webisode page. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.